Welcome back, everyone, to Pontus Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 10, Episode 3 of Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon. We are playing through Chapter 11. And our quest now is to help the besieged Kamelot. We are making our way, we had started off on Moonring. We are now in Broken Brooch. And I believe Kamelot is right in this area somewhere. I think we cannot go this way. We're already at the coast of Broken Brooch. But I think we are able to move down. We actually have to advance our men here by one. Our goal here was, in Chapter 11, we had three options. One, we could go back to Connacht. Two, we could go help our allies in place like the Serene Visage. But we're opting for the option 3, which is return to Kamelot and try to take more of an esoteric path on this. I will go ahead and grab the next card on this. I believe this men here can still cover the angle. So it looks like we're going to the Plagued Burrow next. I will have our characters move down into the space, and we can jump into round number 3. But before, let's grab our random event card as well. And we can see we get good weather. So our first travel, it costs us free. And let's jump right in. But first, this message from our sponsor. Pontus Fathom Hobbies is sponsored by the books that we produce. We've got a publishing channel, Pontus Fathom Press, where we are producing the Pontus Fathom podcast series, touching on lots of pulp fiction, sci-fi, and fantasy. Our most recent offering is the Esoteric Dragon Mysteries, decoding the dragon symbol in myth and occult traditions. Particularly for Tainted Grail, we've got the Dragon in the Grail, Holy Grail Bloodline, Pendragons, and the works of Lawrence Gardner. We've also got the Dragon and the Cross, Alchemical Dragon and Tolkien and George R. Martin, and Tiamat, Mother of Dragons, Saturn and the Dragon, and Dragon and the Cross. So this is a great one if you're interested in Arthurian. If you're a Lovecraft fan, we've got the Katu Journals out of Lovecraft's Providence, 6 volumes, August Molderhauer, Giuseppe Balsamo, featuring Hermeticism of Hastur, Genealogy of Cthulhu, and the Necromancy of Nyarlathotep. We've actually got those collected in a giant omnibus hardcover edition grimoire. If you're a fan of Lovecraft and you want to dig deep into some alternate history and the possibility that Lovecraft is tapped into something real, go check out this. Next up, we've got the Alchemy and Anthroposophy in the Dune Saga hardcover edition. This is really a send-up to why Frank Herbert's Dune Saga is so popular. We get into Jungian alchemy, we get into anthroposophical themes, and even Herbert's influences of Samuel Butler in his creation of the Bene Gesserit and the Bene Tleilax. Also in this age of upcoming artificial intelligence, we've got Artificial Psychoanalysis of Desiring Machines. This deep dives into the rise of artificial general intelligence, looks at things like AI's formation, but also the human aspect of this. Are we becoming more cybernetic as we move forward? And then finally, our Killingworth Bogman saga. We've got the Lost Carcosa and the Yellow Sign, and the Quantum Locksmith saga with Dead Sons 11 and Locksmith of Quanta. Go check out our books. You can check out our Patreon as well. We've got a number of samples to these. We do some reviews on these if you want to go check it out. Helps us support the channel. You can always go check out our Patreon where you can stay across all of our A Song of Ice and Fire gameplay, our miniature painting for Tainted Grail, A Song of Ice and Fire, Joan of Arc, and tons and tons of videos. You go out to our webpage and you can see all of our videos cataloged for all the gameplay. So thanks a lot. Your subscriptions and comments below are well appreciated. Let's get back to the gameplay. Okay, let's jump into round number 3. I've got Plagued Burrow here. It says the highland is too narrow for a settlement of this size. Some houses hang over the cliff's edge on precarious frames of wood and rope. Others perch on top of one another, like plants in search of the sun. On a typical day, the damp, dark alleyways of the burrow would be dangerous. Now, judging from the columns of the smoke, sounds of fighting, and the bright red banners warning of plague, navigating them is suicide. So do we knock on doors? Maybe someone will be able to fill you in. Do we walk into the burrow, or do we plunder the burrow? I don't want to plunder the burrow. I guess we're going to walk into the borough. You journey deep into the borough. The smell of blood and revolution hangs in the air. You soon discover two forces wrestle for control of the town, desperate and angry citizens, and a group of the warriors sent here by Lancelot of the Round Table. Ah, now we're getting somewhere. Lancelot of the Round Table. You are not sure which side is right. If you have the Winds of Weirdness status, let's check here, Winds of Weirdness status. The Winds of Weirdness, we have it, yes. If you have the Winds of Weirdness status, the conflict in the borough has spiraled so far, it can no longer be stopped. Go to the start of this location and make another choice. Jeez. Okay. So I guess we'll knock on doors. Maybe someone will be able to help fill you and go to verse 1. You knock on many doors, but the townfolk are scared and suspicious. Finally, an older woman lets you into her home. She tells you that there's an open revolt in the borough that threatens Kamelot itself. You must think carefully before you go any further. If you're Elie, or if you have part 1 of the fate of the expedition, we have part 1 of fate of the expedition. We can go to verse 9. Okay, so verse 9. On the neck of your host, you spot a holy necklace priestess Neante from Connacht used to wear. You spot a holy necklace that the priestess from Neante... They forgot that. You spot a holy necklace that the priestess Neante from Connacht used to wear. You confront the older woman, and she reveals heroes of Connacht were in her home, not once, but twice. 3 weeks ago, they came from Connacht, looking for a way to pass the borough, just like you. She was the only one who agreed to shelter them, and for this she received a gift from Neante. At this point, the party was still complete. Neante, Yavin, Fael, Ephir, and Albert. Okay, now this is kind of cool, because this takes us back to our intro letters, right? So Beor got a letter from Ephir, the forge master of Connacht, and Maggot has a letter from Yavin. So actually, this was part of the party that had been at this place. So this is kind of bringing it all back together. A week ago, just 2 of them returned, Neante and Ephir. Okay, so Ephir, that's Beor's guy, the blacksmith. They didn't stay for the night. They seemed shaken and scared. From their hushed talk, she understood that they lost a friend that day in the depths of the Tangleroot Gorge, killed by a relentless being that pursued them right to the edge of the burrow. They rested a moment and headed for Kamelot, carrying something of great importance. So we gained part 278 of Fate of the Expedition. So Fate of the Expedition 2, we had 7 and we get 8. So Fate of the Expedition 2, 7, and 8. Right? If you don't have at least one of the parts, each party member gains... If you didn't have at least one of the parts, each matters, so we gain 1 experience each. It's cool. We gain 1 experience. If you have fails a legacy, exploration ends. Fails a legacy. Yeah, so we have fails a legacy. Fails a legacy, so the exploration ends. Do we also have a dream here? What is that symbol? This symbol is unfriendly settlement. I believe that is going to wrap it up for the turn. We will see you guys in round number 4. I think from here we'll probably start moving east again toward Kamelot. Again, looking at the map, I think if we're the class, so we're like right here right now. This is this burrow right here. And this is going right to Kamelot next. So we'll see you guys in round 4 and talk to you then. Bye.